Hey there, Humble fam. The My Hero Convention in Florida is coming up fast, August 25th through the 27th. This event is for all ages and fandoms, with lots of exciting celebrities to meet, panels and events to attend, and tournaments and contests to win. I mean, it's hard to list them all in this short amount of time, but let's get it. You can meet Justin Briner, Lucy Christian, Monica Rial, Justin Cook, David Matranga, Emily Neves, Christopher Waycamp, Brittany Karbowski, Trina Nishimura, Leah Clark, Jamie Markey, Strange Cat Cosplay, Remy Domino, and Beku Koss, and who knows, maybe the Humble team has a few last-minute surprise guests up their sleeves. And the cosplay, are you kidding me? I hear Florida brings it. Like every time. You guys gotta come out and see the cosplay contest, the video game and card game tournaments, the rave Saturday night. I haven't even mentioned the incredible artists in Artist Alley or the freaking sick merch you can get from the vendors. And it's all happening right across the street from a beautiful beach at the Destin Fort Walton Convention Center. Get your tickets now at www.myheroconvention.com or just check out the link in our bio. See you guys there. Until then, stay humble.
What's good, Humble fam? Time once again to come on in for another little visit here on the Humble Show, wherever you may be, on Patreon, on YouTube, on your favorite podcast app. I am Grant Fletcher, and as always, I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Moonbeam Hallows and Brandon Cox. How are we, everybody?
Hey, I'm proud to be here.
Hey. We have a Patreon?
We do. It's there.
What?
It's out there. You can get early ad-free access to the shows because we run ads now on the shows.
Yeah.
Have we got any patrons?
There's some people checking it out. There's some people dipping in, dipping out. But Hey, look, this is
You could be the first, man.
Everybody, if you're listening right now, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're on Patreon, you're part of the Humble fam regardless. So we appreciate you. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate you stopping by. It's a lot of fun, man. Y'all, I cut my grass today, and you want to know how hot it is? It is so hot. It's hotter than it gets way down yonder on the Chattahoochee. That's how hot it is outside right now.
Hotter than a hoochie coochie.
Yeah, hotter than a hoochie coochie. Yeah.
Not to bum you out, but these past 2 or 3 days here in Mississippi have been actually quite wonderful.
Yeah, been very wild in the morning.
Whenever
you know what? I'm canceling the rest of this recording. Episode done, everyone.
See, and whenever I say like quite wonderful, I mean that like if these were the temperatures in like New Hampshire, like people would be dying.
Oh yeah, they'd be on fire.
Because they don't have AC, but like down here, it's wonderful. Like it's like spring break weather. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's not 106 degrees.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you what.
Outside
I'm looking at the calendar now through next week because by really the next time we talk, we'll be all in person because as this episode drops, we're going to be packing our bags. If y'all haven't hit the road already. Heading to Destin, heading to Fort Walton Beach for My Hero Con, Florida.
Yeah, we're going to be leaving on Wednesday. Brandon, you're leaving on Thursday, right?
I'm leaving on Thursday. I got things. I
got things. You got things and stuff.
Oh yeah, same here. I'm gonna be sliding in late on Thursday with Corey. You're getting there Wednesday, yeah. So
we can talk about it later, but yeah,
we're gonna be beaching it. Brandon. I don't know if you've seen the Barbie movie yet, but to reference that movie, once you get there, I guess your job is beach.
Yes, absolutely. And I have seen the Barbie movie, and I was I don't know. I'm first off, I've never really shown my face on this thing. I need to eventually once I have a room that looks attractive.
Well, you will because we're gonna sit down and record an episode. We'll have a camera there, and we'll just.
Hey, there we go.
Are we really? Oh, I guess I better bring my eyeliner.
You didn't?
But anyway,
you didn't know? To quote Jesse James. That's what I think we should do. We should sit down and do a recording, just us together, like we did last time we did My Hero Con. somewhere
Yeah.
around the midway point, and do it on camera and have fun with it.
I think that'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
But
Sounds great.
so yeah, I'm never on. Haven't like I have that stationary image, which I think people can take a look at and understand. Whenever I say there's never ever a point in my life where I attempt to be the manliest man in the room, just because that's not my thing. You take a look at my face and you want to give me give me one of those big swirly lollipops, you know. I got a G dang baby face is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I think that affords me the liberty of basically doing whatever I want without anybody questioning my manhood, because as far as anybody is concerned, it does not exist. So I go and do things without questioning it. And I do live in a very conservative town, but I came back. I saw it during the weekend. I came back that Monday, and somebody brought the movie up, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I went to go see the Barbie movie." They're like, really? You? Oh, well, I guess you're just in touch with your feminine side. I'm like, nah, homie, I just went to go see a movie.
It was a studio comedy. I don't know.
Yeah, like
They don't make
Yeah,
a
it
lot
was-
of those anymore either. So, go see them when
Yeah.
you
I
can.
still haven't seen it. I
yeah,
wanna-
It's
like
fun.
so many genres of film are just dead now. Like,
Yeah,
and that's such a bummer.
it's true,
Yeah.
man. Brandon, what's funny is you mentioned like having a baby face, and you really do. It's like your face is 14, but your voice is 40. So when you put those two
His
things
voice
together,
was 40 when he was 14.
yeah, really, I bet it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, do you get carded a lot because that combination is so unique? You know?
You'd be surprised. I probably get carded more than most people, but there have been several instances because a little factoid for anybody who's listening. But I mean, whenever I was a teenager, I was often working at gas stations,
Mm.
and back then, I mean, if someone I didn't want to go to jail. I carded. Or I didn't want to get a fine, so I carded nearly everybody who didn't look like they were, geriatric. So I encounter these people, and I don't get me wrong, I take it as a compliment whenever they do card me, but if they don't, it's like, homie, I could be undercover. You never know.
You're right. You're right, man. Yeah,
Man,
once you get what's that?
Oh, you go ahead.
I was
You
gonna say
go
once you get a
ahead.
little bit of gray in your beard, you stop getting carded. But you know what? Once my beard goes all the way gray, I am gonna be a mall Santa. That's my dream.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think though with me it's mainly what I purchase that makes them realize, like, oh, wait a second, this is not his for, like, I'm not purchasing, Bud Light or
Mhm.
Smirnoff. I'm purchasing Mickey's.
My
Yeah,
boy's
yeah.
getting malt liquor.
Yeah. Like, there aren't too many like sub 21-year-olds, except in that movie Kids, that are just reaching for the 40s. So
Well,
yeah.
we did.
He puts a bottle of that blue Mad Dog 2020 on the
No,
counter.
no,
They're like,
no,
he
he
means
ain't getting that.
business.
No, he's getting old English.
Yeah.
I'm drinking a Steel Reserve right now.
Listen, when I walked into Brandon's gas station one time and just visiting for a little bit because he always worked like really late, and I don't know, I was out one night and I stopped by, and I was like, "Hey, Brandon, won't you get me one of those pickled pig's feet?" And he said, "You're gonna have to edit this out." He said, "Are you f***ing with me?"
Oh yeah.
No, I would
Of course, I
believe that.
was because
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever had a pickled pig's foot.
I've not.
But,
I've never done
It's
it.
I have no idea how it is a southern gas station staple. Mostly because like you take a bite out of it and you're like, wait a second, this is a hoof. This is
Yeah.
mostly like bone.
This is
What
what
am
it
I
looks like, yeah.
doing? Why did these people pickle this rock?
No, see, if you had texted me one, you definitely would have gotten one without question, because either I knew you were serious or I was like, all right, she's playing a game and she's about to learn a lesson because I'm about to drop a pickled pig foot in front of her.
oh
Yeah.
man, I just wanted to see how he's gonna get it out of the jar.
Oh yeah,
That
I've
sounds
never seen anyone retrieve one from the jar, so I don't even know how that happens.
Yeah, I always let people, do that themselves. It was festive. It's like bobbing for apples, except,
Oh
you
God, they're
know.
just sticking their old preschool fingers down in that juice.
Yeah, look,
Oh,
those human hands are probably the cleanest things in there.
Right.
well, I know what I'm bringing in my bag to Destin now. Whenever we,
You bring in some pickled quail eggs.
but yeah, the quail eggs. Get your tickets,
Ooh.
myheroconvention.com, y'all. We're gonna have all kind of strange oddities at the merch booth this time.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
And Brandon's
absolutely.
gonna let you bob for him yourself, though. He's not gonna get him out.
He's not touching those pig's feet.
Absolutely not.
Y'all,
I like pig's feet.
yeah, y'all check this out. So we like movies in our house, and
Yeah.
we are currently in the middle of a Batman watch through. I would say a rewatch, but my daughter's never seen she's seen like the first one and whatever. But it was great because last weekend we watched Batman Forever and then Batman and Robin, and she started like making clues to leave us in the house after watching Batman Forever. It was pretty great, and honestly, if you think of those two movies as like just big screen adaptations of the 1960s Batman show,
Yeah.
they're not terrible.
I love
Yeah,
Batman.
yeah.
I know
Some
Moonbeam loves Batman Forever.
I love it.
some
Yeah.
It's my
people are
favorite
just
one.
like deathly afraid of camp.
Yeah.
But I enjoy camp. Like I want that era of, and it's never going to happen, but I do want that era of superheroes to come back. Like I want random dance parties. I want anti shark spray. I want
Yeah.
all that.
I
But
do too.
Honestly,
guess
my biggest problem with Batman and Robin, whenever we watched it again, is that it was just too long. I was like, at some point in time, I was like, how is this movie still happening right now? It was just for this story, he's a freeze guy, she's a plant woman. I don't know how much more story you can get out of this. It just went on
Yeah.
for way too long.
Yeah, I didn't really like that one.
No, but
I
Yeah.
so I have never seen Batman 89. I-
the first Michael Keaton one.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that is my
Really?
favorite one, but I'm gonna tell you
It
this:
is
if you, it's like this, okay? So in 1989, Tim Burton made a Batman movie,
Yeah.
and then a couple years later, Tim Burton made a Tim Burton movie that had Batman in it.
Ooh, I like
So
that.
if you've seen Batman Returns, it's not the same vibe as the 1989 Batman. It's got a little bit of that Burton-y flair to it, but it's a pretty different movie, and I do.
Yeah.
It's that actually is my favorite one. And it might be mostly nostalgia, but even after like watching it back recently, I was like, okay, it holds up. It's still good.
I don't
And-
think it'll ever make my expectations, because here's the one thing I do know about Batman 89, and that is Prince did the soundtrack. And
Yeah.
so in my mind, and I've never heard any of those songs. So
Oh,
in my mind, I
You're
just
not missing
imagine
anything.
that the entire soundtrack is Prince singing love songs
No.
to Batman.
oh my
No,
God,
Or like-
Brandon,
or
Brandon,
like
Brandon,
in
Brandon, Brandon, please.
Batman's-
Can we watch this movie together so I can experience you experiencing that movie for the first time?
Look, let me just interject.
Yeah.
You need to get here. We're gonna watch Demolition Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll watch Batman.
Yeah, that's a good
We'll
double
have a
feature.
man night.
Hold on. Wait. We're gonna
I'll
watch.
make
No,
some
listen. We're gonna watch.
sandwiches.
No, we're gonna have a humble film festival. Okay. We're gonna
Okay.
watch Demolition Man. We're gonna
Demolition
watch
Man.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
And we're gonna watch Batman, the 1989
All right,
Batman
let's do
movie.
it.
It's
Ooh, a
done. We
classic
figured
triple
it out.
feature.
This is
Triple
the Christmas
feature.
party this year, I think, is what we've.
Oh my God. We're gonna wait till Christmas?
Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't. You know
I'll
what?
tell you, Christmas is gonna be here before you freaking know it.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like I was thinking about it yesterday. Like, man, we were talking about Alabama Comic Con. It seems so much further away because it is like our next show after My Hero Con. But I was like, man, it's like only what 6-ish weeks or something like that, and it's gonna
Oh
be
yeah,
here.
like it'll
something
be
like that.
here. It'll be here and gone before you know it.
It's crazy. We were just talking about it before we rolled here because we had like a bunch of guests dropped this week. Unfortunately, Jamie Hayter from AEW had to drop out. I think she's nursing an injury or something like
Oh
that
yeah,
right
I
now.
think she got
But,
hurt. Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, she had an injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but Ruby Soho from AEW stepping in, so that's really exciting. I'm pumped to see Ruby Soho work with Ruby Soho. So, let's see, who else did we add this week? That's a
Lou
brand new-
Diamond Phillips.
Lou Diamond Phillips, man, that's a big one.
Yeah.
I was really excited when I saw that one, and I don't know if we talked about Theo Rossi from
Oh yeah.
Sons of Anarchy joining the mix as well. But man, the guest list is huge and
Fun. It's gonna be a good
big in number, and also like big in like just magnitude. You know.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
hey guys, why don't you sign up to volunteer? Need
Yeah.
some help.
You can do that at alabamacomiccon.com. You can meet these
Slash
folks, work with these
volunteer.
folks, work with us.
We'd
We have a
love
good
to have you.
time. We I don't know. It's a good group of people that always shows up and works with us. Like I'm always excited to work with the folks that we work with. You know.
Oh yeah, we have a good time. and
Yeah.
It's a safe place.
This is probably a silly
Yes.
question, but how strongly do you believe that Ruby Soho feels about ska punk?
Well, her entrance music is Ruby Soho. Or
Magic.
Rancid.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
But I don't know about ska specifically.
You talking about Rancid?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like,
Like, I mean, is that what they did that song, right?
yeah.
They
Rancid
did. They're
that
not the only ones,
song.
but they did.
I'm one of those b holes that just can't do a lot of third wave ska and ska punk. It's because I don't like to have fun.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
If
Well-
you could just let yourself let go and enjoy
There-
some ska and skank around.
I will say I did hear a Less Than Jake song not too long ago, and I think I spent like an hour looping that song. So maybe I'm finally starting to come around, and appropriate time in my life to enjoy this youthful bouncy music.
It's a rite of passage, and I always say though, it's only ska if it comes from the Blue Mountain region of Jamaica. Otherwise, it's just sparkling punk.
With horns.
Ex- it-
It's like
but-
punk with horns.
But no, for real though, like whenever it's kind of like whenever I bring up dub, and someone's like, "Oh, you mean dubstep?" Like, no, I mean
No.
dub.
That's a different thing.
It's like ska. It's the same way. Like whenever you talk about like the because ska came about in the late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah.
And whenever someone's like, "Oh, I love ska," I'm like, "Really? Do you?" That's really like the proto reggae genre. You enjoy that? Oh, well, fantastic. And then they're like, "No, I just really like Real Big Fish." I'm like, "Oh, well, all right."
Do you remember the movie Back to the Beach? It had Annette and Frankie, and had Pee Wee Herman was in it, and
Rest in peace, Paul
Aunt,
Robbins.
Aunt
Yeah.
Becky from Full House was in it.
No, but
Real serious?
No.
There's
it
a whole
sounds amazing.
scene. There's a whole scene where Annette. How do you say her last name? Annette Funicello. Is that how you say that?
Sure.
You guys familiar? Are you seriously?
I
She was in
really
Mickey
don't
Mouse
know.
Club? Oh
that
my
is
god! Seriously, guys, Google
Are you
that.
talking about Annette Buttafuoco?
No, no. Anyway,
$10 to whoever's listening who knows that name. Buttafuoco.
Is that Joey's sister?
Frankie and Annette.
Yeah.
Come on. Anyway, so it's a movie called Back to the Beach, and so Annette and Frankie, they're at the beach, and their daughters got this boyfriend. He's a goober, and anyway, whatever. But there's a scene where they're on the beach and they're dancing to a song called Jamaica Ska, and it's like, just edit this out. Nobody cares.
No,
guys
I wanna
need to
hear-
watch
no,
that.
no, we've gone this
That
far.
movie's great.
Annette
Yeah.
Funicello, Frankie Avalon.
Yeah, or did you Google it?
No, I'm looking at IMDb right now.
It's listen, I love it. I love it. But Frankie's like an old surfer, and he's surfing this giant wave that's coming in from Australia called the Humunga Cowabunga from down under.
Do
Right, as you do.
name waves?
As you do when you're a
Yeah.
surfer. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, just add it to the movie list. We'll have
Yeah.
to, at this point, we're gonna be drawing names out of a hat.
Oh man. Man, the cover looks pretty rad. There's a lot of neon.
You need to see it.
A lot
It's
of
good.
hot
It's good shit.
pink and
And it's got the Gilligan and the skipper
yeah,
make
I
a
did
little
see that.
cameo
It
in
looks
it
like they're
too.
playing their same characters too.
They are.
Okay, yeah. They're
Oh man,
cameoing
we
as
gotta
their
we
characters,
gotta
but
see
not really
this.
as their
God,
characters, I guess. Yeah. It's how you do
just showing my age.
it's how you do that. I guess. Well, can I tell you something? It came out in 1987, and
Oh, I was 7.
that's the year I was born.
Oh
Hey,
man.
You know, I mean, look, I'm dating myself here. You know, when you're in
Here's
your
the deal. You need to see it.
36. What's that?
You need to see it. It's a fun flick. Show it to Margot. She'd love it.
All right.
She'll
it's
be
got
like,
the
I want
stamp
some of that
approval
Jamaica ska,
from
Daddy.
Moonbeam. You know, after we get through all the Batman movies, and I think maybe we're coming up on our annual Halloween rewatch. Once we get into the end
Hold
of
on.
August, so we're gonna have to go back through all the Beetlejuices and the Ghostbusters and
Oh,
and
I
everything
thought you were
like that.
showing her Halloween. I was like, man, that's
No.
a bold
I mean, I
move.
will eventually,
Yeah.
but not whenever she's 6.
Yeah, no.
yeah, that's a bad choice.
I mean, I'm not going to judge parents. We don't censor a whole ton of stuff here in this
No.
house, but it's what it is.
Our yeah, the only thing the weird thing is Gremlins. I've talked about showing her that before, and she loves that movie now. But if you're listening to the show with kids or that are, I don't know, younger than say like 10, go ahead and skip forward about another minute. So they don't hear this part because you don't want to kill any magic. But like the monologue that happens in Gremlins that ends with a line, and that's how I found out there's no guy.
Ah.
The first time we were
Oh,
watching
yeah.
it, my wife and I had no issue with any of the other like gremlin splatter going on, but we looked at each other like, ugh. And then like we looked down at her and like evidently that line just went right over her head and she didn't notice
Thank
it. So I was
God.
Oh,
like,
thank goodness.
I've got to have like the mute button ready like around that time.
Yeah. I had my suspicions, but there was a Little House on the Prairie episode that we watched in 4th grade
Yeah.
that like you had a lot of disappointed kids in that room that day.
Are you talking about? Oh, okay. They addressed that. I thought you were talking about the one with the clown guy. That's a whole different thing.
No, they had an entire episode based on like, hey, so when did you stop believing and become a joyless
Yeah.
sack
Hold
of
on.
crap?
Oh, look, you guys watched Little House on the Prairie, but you didn't watch Back to the Beach?
Yeah, I look. 4th grade was, it's hard times. We subsided on the VHS tapes that we had.
Oh, yeah. Even I like grew up, whatever, but I looked at Little House on the
say-
Prairie and I was like, man, that looks boring as hell.
I will
Yeah,
say,
I never watched any of it.
It was my 9th grade year. I was going to school in Azle, Texas, which is just outside of Fort Worth, and our biology teacher, who was also the tennis coach, found out that she was going to be let go at the end of the year.
Oh.
So let me tell you, we watched a little Pauly Shore classic in biology called Biodome.
Oh yeah.
I learned so much. I loved it.
Free mahi mahi. That's one of the lines I remember from that movie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Part of me wants to go back and interrogate some of those movies and see how they hold up because, like, I remember them, but I don't know. Maybe we'll just work with him one day because
When is-
I loved Encino Man and I
Yeah.
loved Son-in-Law, but I didn't love Jury Duty and I didn't love In the Army Now.
I don't think anybody loved those movies, and I remember I saw
So-
in the Army Now, like in the theater too, and I don't think anybody loved those. I
Yeah.
don't think anyone had any
When is-
attachment to them back then.
When is the last time that you two have seen Encino Man?
When it was like new on VHS, probably.
Yeah, that was probably when I saw it. I saw it in the theater, and then I feel like I've seen it like once since then,
I
like when
might
the
have seen it in the
DVD came
theater.
out.
It
Yeah.
is worth a watch now just because it is God, like if they filmed this movie sequentially, you could see exactly when the budget ran out because it has the quickest third act I've ever seen in my life. Like you take a look, like it's this like big crescendo of the second act, and these guys just got out of jail, and they hate each other. Like, oh, I don't know if this friendship is going to last. And then like you're watching on DVD or something, and you're like, oh my god, this movie has like 3.5 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
How they? And then like it's like literally like, oh well, because we're gonna be friends. And then Brendan Fraser punches the bully, and then there's a lady cave woman. Hey, the end, yay! And I swear
we
to
ran
you,
out of time.
I swear to you, like. Like I might be exaggerating at like 3.5 minutes, but like you take a look at the time left and it's like 6 minutes, and it's like, what? How are they gonna wrap this up? And then, of course, and because like the entire soundtrack is funk metal, which is a
Yeah.
dead genre. But like
Yeah, they
just,
blew the budget on that Motley Crue song.
oh, do they have a Motley Crue song in that?
I don't
that
know.
album?
Well,
I feel
Brandon,
like
you
they
got
did.
to see a caveman wheezing the juice. I don't know what else you want out of a
No,
movie.
I'm not even complaining. It's just your head spins just at how, because like there's it's like, we don't have time for feelings. We don't have time to actually. Pauly Shore in this is in this movie. Who cares? Just wrap it up.
Yeah,
And,
that's so good.
and that's what
I like
they
how
did.
we've turned this into a movie episode. What's crazy about that as well, I don't know who sent it to me. So I saw it recently, but I'd seen it before. Ben Stiller's screen test to play Link, the Brendan Fraser role in that
Oh.
movie. It's out there.
Oh,
And I
wow.
always like seeing those because it's like watching a movie that took place in an alternate universe. It's like, I don't know if we've talked about it on this show before or not, but on the subject of Batman, like for Batman Begins, Cillian Murphy, who ended up playing the Scarecrow, he's Oppenheimer now.
Yeah,
He read for the role of Batman, and you can look it up. There's video from his screen test out there on the internet. And it's Cillian Murphy wearing like the Batman Forever bat suit, doing lines from Batman Begins, and it's like watching a movie that happened just on another Earth somewhere.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's I kind of want to see both of those things now. Also,
Yeah, I want to
yeah.
definitely want to see
Cillian Murphy has
Hey.
like the sharpest facial features.
Yeah.
Oh,
isn't it
he's
weird?
so beautiful. He's a good looking dude. Hey, listen, that wasn't a Motley Crue song. It was a Vince Neil song. So I mean, I was close.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, basically same thing, right?
yeah.
You could
You're
have Coke,
invited
you could
by
have
your
Diet
friends,
Coke.
yeah, come on.
Same thing.
I just
Yeah.
like the main song I remember from that soundtrack is the funk metal cover of Mama's Gonna Knock You Out. Like that, most of that soundtrack, as was most of like the late 80s, early 90s, it was just a lot of funk metal.
It's got some smithereens on it.
Oh, I love Smithereens.
Yeah, that's fine, but the rest of it's like, no
Well,
one
yeah.
asked for this. No one wanted this. That's weird.
But we got it anyway, and we all love it and cherish it.
Hey, Moonbeam, I got a question for you. Is our radio
Yeah, man,
spot
go for it.
running in the Birmingham area for the Alabama Comic-Con?
In the Birmingham area, it will be soon. It's we hooked up with a radio station that's playing it.
I'm just curious. It's just fun to know that we're going to be out
Oh
there.
no, actually,
you know.
I think we're doing a Spotify ad with that.
Cool.
Ooh.
That's fine too.
Spotify ad's where it's at, man.
It'll be on Spotify
got-
too.
We got a Spotify ad running for the My Hero Con.
Yeah, Trina Nishimura. Thank you again, Trina. That was
Oh, she's so freaking
really-
cool,
we
man. I
love
can't wait to
Yeah,
see
yeah,
her.
yeah. Bless up.
yeah. Can't wait to be out there. I can't wait to be back on the on the stage doing that again. It is for me it is a whirlwind of a weekend. But I love every minute of it. It's great.
Absolutely.
So I'm really looking forward to it. That's it's always a lot of fun. The first time I ever did a main stage for a show like that, it was a My Hero Con. We've talked about it before on this show.
Surprise!
Yeah, I was surprised, but I was like, hey, by the way, you're the host. After the show was over, I dreamed about it for 2 nights.
Really?
Like, I dreamed that I was like in the scenario of running back and forth and grabbing people's questions, and it was like I did it the first night, and I woke up the next morning, and I was like, well, that was weird, but at least I got it out of my system. And then I went to sleep the second night, and the same thing happened to me again.
Oh wow.
But it's never happened again after that. I don't know why. Really
It's
weird.
probably because you feel prepared now.
I guess. I mean, but I still felt prepared going into it. I got a lot of work to do leading into this show. I think I got some trivia I got to write next week, and then I got to, get all my notes together before we do that. But, it's a labor of love. I like doing it.
We
Yeah,
all like doing
I
our
got some
thing.
stuff I gotta do. I gotta make some signs. And,
You have stuff to do?
yeah,
No.
just a little bit. A little
No,
bit.
you have stuff to do?
A little
People are
bit
gonna-
to do.
Yeah, you're gonna be in a scenario where people are just like yelling. You and Greg, people are gonna be yelling your name at you all weekend. Basically, that's.
Oh
that's what
man,
it's
I'm gonna
like.
slide right under the radar.
Oh, is that what she thinks is gonna happen?
Like, oh,
Nobody's
yeah,
gonna know in
I'm
there.
too busy holding bags. Don't know what to tell you.
Interesting.
Sorry, gotta watch this bag. Somebody's gotta do it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, bag in one hand, coffee in the other hand.
Oh man.
She'll be
Yeah.
all set. Well,
Oh, dude.
I think we should play a little game. What y'all think?
Yeah, all right.
Ooh, I like
You want
games.
to play a game? Is it game time?
Yeah, okay.
It's
Okay.
always game time.
It is always game time. You're right. With DraftKings, it's no. I'm kidding. We don't have a.
No.
Wouldn't it be great if I did that?
Sports.
Look, we're gonna play a year of premiere. Do y'all remember how this game works?
Yeah.
Somewhat, but for the listeners at home, why don't you tell them?
Yeah. So I'm gonna name a TV show that ran for multiple seasons, perhaps, and the two of you will guess in what year that show premiered on television. And then it's a Price is Right kind of rules, closest without going over. So, excuse me. So,
Also, spay and neuter your pets.
yeah, spay and neuter your pets. And, I got to say, my dream job really and truly is booth announcer on a game show. Joey Fatone just shows up on Family Feud and says, "This is Joey Fatone. It's time for Family Feud." And that's his whole job. That's it.
Man, that's good
Oh
stuff.
wow,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask you. So Drew Carey's doing Family Feud, right? No.
No, Drew Carey's doing
I'm
Price is
Price is
sorry.
Right.
No, Price is Right. Family Feud's Steve Harvey. Okay.
Correct.
So does he still do the whole make sure you spay and neuter, or is that just Bob?
You know what? I
Barker?
don't know. I know that is a thing that Bob Barker is actually passionate about. So I don't really know if Drew Carey does that. If you're listening and you want to leave a comment on YouTube or over on our Instagram or our threads and let us know.
Maybe
If you're watching Price is Right,
maybe Drew Carey has his own thing. Like, all right, folks, that's a wrap. And don't forget, donate to Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
I love Drew Carey, man.
Man,
I
it's
love
crazy
the
because
Drew
Whose
Carey
Line is
stuff.
like running daytime game shows now because Drew Carey is Price is Right, and then Wayne Brady is the Let's Make a Deal guy. So, Colin Mocker,
Oh,
Ryan
wow.
Stiles, they need to swoop in and pick something up. I'm just saying, they could take the evening slot. One of them could have taken Wheel of Fortune, but it didn't happen.
Drew Carey looks like if all of Bare Naked Ladies' songs were a person.
Chickeny China, the Chinese chicken.
Oh
We're gonna
man, especially
Take the
after
thing out there.
he dropped all that weight too. Oh man,
Yeah.
it's true. It's so true. All
Man,
right, y'all,
what
let's
is-
give this a try, shall we? We were
Yeah,
talking
go for
about
it.
Batman earlier, so let's start with Gotham. Moonbeam, I think you went first, the first guest last time. So Brandon, in what year do you think Gotham premiered on television?
2014.
Okay, Moonbeam, what do you think?
2015.
2015? All right, y'all, here's the thing. Gotham debuted on television in the year 2014. Exactly on the money.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good job, Brandon.
Got
Very
him.
Which was crazy because like when I looked it up, I was like, I thought it was earlier than that, but it was not.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was gonna say 2016.
let's try
if
another
I
one
had to-
here. I'm hoping I didn't use this one last time. I'm pretty sure I didn't though. Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh,
Who's
Should've
going
went and watched
first?
it back. Oh yeah, Moonbeam, you go first on this one. Curb Your
oh,
Enthusiasm.
okay. Curb Your Enthusiasm. Let me
Closest
think.
without going.
Okay, so oh man, they still had like a bunch of like flowery furniture in their house.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta think
Uh,
about the aesthetic.
Yeah, man. I don't know. 2000.
Okay, Brandon,
I'm gonna say 2001.
2001. Curb Your Enthusiasm came out in the year 2000. Right on the money again. Moonbeam.
Oh, yay!
Yay!
But don't worry, because we do have a tiebreaker. Okay. And we'll see how this one shakes out. Brandon, we'll go back to you for this one. Dinosaurs.
Ooh,
In what year did Dinosaurs debut on TV?
that's the Not Your Mama show.
Yes.
Right?
Ooh, so this was so this was not the series based on like the 2000s weird 3D or not 3D, but like CGI film, but this was like the big puppet.
Yes, yes,
people.
yeah, the one where they were, costumes and puppets and Jim Henson and all that stuff. Yeah,
With the baby with the wigs.
1991.
91, you think? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Moonbeam.
Yeah, 1990.
I don't know how this happened, but Brandon right on the money again with dinosaurs.
Nah.
Hey!
Good job, Brandon. Hey, listen, do you remember you're not gonna know, Grant, but you remember Kyle Goldman that
I absolutely remember Kyle. Yeah.
he had a tattoo of the Not Your Mama dinosaurs baby.
The baby.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh wow!
So-
yeah.
I always reference
That's
what I like to talk about when I talk about dinosaurs is, it's this fun, social commentary, but lots of levity, goofy show with dinosaur puppets and whatever else. And it has the darkest finale of any sitcom you've
Dude,
ever seen.
like
the
that
darkest.
and Roseanne, like are neck and neck.
Oh yeah, didn't wasn't like Dan supposedly died or something like that?
Oh, yeah, he
Roseanne?
died.
Like
Yeah.
the last season of Roseanne was like all this was a lie. It was just a thing in my head.
Yeah.
My
yeah.
husband is dead and my children are sad. And then
Yeah.
end credits.
So
Look, Roseanne went off the freaking rails. I remember watching one of the later
Yeah.
episodes, and like Aunt Jackie was like dating Jim Varney, who was like some kind of like billionaire or something. Do you guys know
See,
what I'm talking?
I know, and I
I
I
know, I
originally
watched it.
thought that you were talking about Roseanne Barr, who at
oh,
first
well,
like
she did.
Yeah, she excused all of her like, oh, I was on sleeping pills. I don't know what to tell you. And then she just kept having bad takes and saying bad things.
Yeah. And then she released a comedy special that was just, I don't understand kids these days. And that was the whole special.
Dude,
weird.
Jeff Foxworthy is still doing stand up, and like a year or
course he
two
is.
ago, he came out with a special, and like literally, like some of these jokes were like, "Man, kids with these cell phones, can you believe
Oh,
it?"
no.
Man.
Yeah, that was
man.
you should have retired that one in 2005, Jeff. That was whenever
Look,
they
man,
were hitting gold. with it.
I remember when Jeff Foxworthy first came out with the "You Might Be a Redneck," and we had a cassette of that, and
Oh, yeah.
we wore that tape straight out. It was
Yeah.
so funny.
It was
Loved
everywhere
Jeff
for a minute.
Foxworthy. Yeah. But I also was brought up on Jerry Clower and funny country song, Ray Stevens, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
funny guys. So
Well,
I was really into the Blue Collar Comedy Tour.
right. I mean, everybody was, Larry the
Not
Cable
really
Guy.
into
Look,
it.
they rebooted Jingle All the Way with Larry the Cable Guy. They
They
went all
sure
in.
did.
It's crazy because not to derail and go all the way back, loop all the way back, but I'm gonna. No, the dinosaurs
ahead.
thing. You asked what happened in the finale of Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
They die.
No spoiler. Oh
Or
shit.
they're all about to
Yeah.
die, and then it goes to black.
Oh, it's just like that episode of The Sopranos. Oh wait, spoiler
Yeah.
alert.
Spoiler alert for
whatever.
how old is that?
Everybody knows how that show ended. No,
No, they
so,
don't.
like-
No, they don't. No, they do not. Listen,
Are you serious?
my baby brother. Okay,
How
I
old's
was
your brother?
16 years old, and my dad and stepmother were like, "Hey, guess what? We're pregnant, and you're
Yeah.
gonna be a big sister." So, my baby brother, he's 25, 26 years old. He loves The Sopranos, and when I say he loves The Sopranos, it's his favorite show, obviously, and it's good television. It's probably the best TV that's ever been, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I love The Sopranos, but he will not watch the last episode. He will not watch it. He said maybe if he's on his deathbed and he knows he's gonna, he'll watch it, but he has no idea. So hopefully he doesn't listen to this episode.
So it's
Yeah.
like if he never watches it, then it'll never end. Basically,
It'll never happen. Yeah. I was like, you haven't gone online. You've been just, hanging out under a rock. He's like, absolutely. I am not watching that last episode.
How?
So he has no idea how it ends.
All right. Well, look. If he's ever at a show, just tell me where he is, and I'm just gonna run up behind him and blurt out
Like,
what happens at the end of that episode.
Yeah. You want some onion rings?
Yeah.
Little journey.
That's good stuff, man. That's really good. Well, I think what's crazy is we're all about to find out how we're getting close to the day in which we all find out what happens at the end of My Hero Academia. But until then, we can just meet all the voice actors. You know,
Oh, they're
Yeah.
so cool.
My Hero, you know, like it's crazy because it's weird to think that you can find like a whole franchise where everyone you've ever met from that franchise is just an awesome person, and
Yeah.
that's what My Hero kind of. That's what I think the anime community is in general. Honestly, on the whole, at least as far as everyone that we've worked with. But
For the most part.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, there aren't a lot of standouts in that regard as far as people who aren't just awesome. So, and you know, everybody that's going to be at My Hero Con this coming weekend in the Destin area is really cool. Again, get those tickets, myheroconvention.com, and then we will be at the Alabama. And if you're listening to the show and you're going to be at either one of those shows, Alabama Comic Con, My Hero Con, and you see one of us, you know, myself, Moonbeam, Brandon out there, make sure you come by and say hi and tell us you've been watching the
Please
show.
come by and say hi. Yeah.
You know, let us know because it would be a lot of fun. It would mean a lot to us, and it'd be really cool to just hear your thoughts on the show out there as well. But is there anything else we missed, everybody? Are we good? Did we figure it all out?
I mean, who won the game?
I think it was me.
Brandon won the game.
Also, can we like make up like an antagonistic guest that we had that we never actually had, but like, like, man, that one time that we had Abe Vigoda, what a diva he was.
Oh man, he had to have a special comb for his eyebrows.
Yeah, that would have been. He had to have a volunteer comb his eyebrows for him.
That's right.
Was the thing. He demanded it, and it was every hour on the hour, and sometimes at the bottom of the hour too.
He
Hey,
just kept
listen.
repeating that Conan O'Brien's staff would never treat him this bad.
Right. Look, here's the thing about Abe Vigoda. I remember when I was in college, I had gone through like his I guess this Godfather's phase, like whatever. I don't know. I was just really into
We
like
all did.
mafia movies. Yeah, obviously. But I remember finding an Abe Vigoda clock on like eBay
Yeah.
and being like, oh man, if only I had 30 bucks. If only I could save up 30 bucks. But I was
we've
so
all been
broke
there.
during college, man. I'd be like going through the drive through being like, all right, so if I upsize this for a quarter, how's that going to affect my week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
life in college. You know, it's kind of life at the con when you think about it. Well, because like you know, I always tell people, you know, Comic-Con it's a buffet, you know, and you can decide to load up on just a couple things on your plate, or you can try to get a sampling of as many, you know, a little sampling of as many things as you want to, but it's only going on for so long. You know, which is why it's better to get the multi-day pass or the weekend pass or whatever,
yeah,
because
get the
then you can
weekend
go
pass.
back
And
to the buffet
Yeah.
and load up again.
the
And
thing is,
see-
you know, our shows are only 2-day show. Like the Alabama, I mean, My Hero is 3 days.
Yeah, most of them are 2 days, but this My Hero
But-
show is 3.
Yeah, but Alabama's only 2 days, so like it's really, you do yourself a disservice just hitting the 1 day. I was gonna tell you, we do have a little extra thing that I haven't announced. You know, I like to
Oh.
announce things on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, do we get Abe Vigoda?
No, you know what? I don't think so. I don't think Abe's still with us,
Nope,
yeah.
that boy's dead as a doorknob.
No.
man. But yeah, do y'all remember he was in Look Who's Talking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so we've got a whole room of Dungeons and Dragons. We're doing a Dungeons and Dragons room for Alabama.
Holy
Comic-Con.
crap.
Nice.
Yeah, so super stoked about that. It's gonna
That's
be.
really
It's
cool.
not gonna be like an advanced player thing, but if you're wanting to get into it, build a character and learn how to play, we got it going on all weekend.
That's always
Pretty
cool.
stoked about that. Yeah.
Because you know, I've played D&D off and on since I was 14, and it's always fun to like just kind of, if you're interested, just kind of casually interested or whatever, a place where you can go and in person like interface with people who know what they're doing, and they, you know, and they can tell you, answer your questions and things like that. That's so invaluable when you want to get into it. And typically that community is really, really cool and really ready to like answer any questions you might have. And they're excited that you're excited about getting into it. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you've never done D&D before, like, and you're intimidated by the folks that play D&D, you really shouldn't be, because typically in general, it's a pretty awesome experience. So that's great. I'm glad we're doing that.
Oh, it's gonna be
Yeah.
fun. We got two guys that's gonna be running that room, and they're both very very smart, interesting, creative fellas. So it should be a good time.
Very
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Well, y'all get your tickets to that at alabamacomiccon.com. If you haven't already, hit subscribe on this show wherever you are. Leave us a comment, a like, 5-star review. Check us out on the socials, on Threads, on Instagram, on TikTok, etc. But we'll be back here next week with a new episode, an episode that we have recorded all in person in the middle of the craziness that is My Hero Con Florida. But until then, y'all stay humble.